I love this industry, and I've been blessed to be able to live my dream since I was a kid. I was 4 years old, and I wanted to travel the world, make movies, given me my dream and afforded me to be able to share it and put it on screen. I've dedicated my life, to this art form.
Tom Cruise loves movies. This isn't always the case with actors or even movie stars, some of whom may be good at faking it but really are more interested in fame and fortune than they are the cinematic experience. And while Cruise may be one of our last true movie stars, it's pretty hard to question that his feelings for the art of movie making are real. I mean, Steven Spielberg himself gave Cruise credit for saving Hollywood after the pandemic.
You saved Hollywood.
Sorry, credit for saving its ass. In that particular case, Spielberg was talking about Cruise's insistence on releasing Top Gun Maverick in theaters during a time of great uncertainty in the industry. $1.5 billion later, Cruise clearly made the right call there, but there's another key ingredient to the once and future Ethan Hunt's strategy to keeping cinema alive, and that's his frankly insane stunt work. So, with Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 hitting theaters, let's look at how Tom Cruise approaches stunts in the Mission Impossible movies and how his lifelong love of film has fueled that methodology. Tom Cruise has been making movies since 1981, and became a star within 2 years of that with the release of Risky Business. He's had his ups and downs over the decades, of course, but one thing that audiences have come to expect from the actor in recent years is him doing his own stunts.
Tom is airborne.
And not just that, but one-upping himself with each subsequent Mission Impossible movie. Director Christopher McQuarrie, who is currently on his third film in the series, with a fourth in the works, says that there's a simple reason why Cruise does these huge stunts himself.
Immersion, plain and simple. It connects you to the characters and to the story in a way that you couldn't do otherwise. The challenge of that, obviously, is putting the camera in a place where you can see that the actor is actually doing it. For us, it's really important, not that you are watching a stunt, but that you are experiencing that stunt with the protagonist.
You train and drill every little aspect over and over and over and over again.
But where does this dedication to the art of the stunt come from? In Dead Reckoning, we see Ethan Hunt's oath to the IMF. So we asked Cruise what his personal oath to Hollywood would be. He had thoughts.
So I'm first and foremost the audience. So when you look at the films that I have, it's not about me, it's about us. It's about that experience together. And that's why Top Gun Maverick, I was like, no, this movie's coming out in the theaters. And when we were going through that time period, I kept calling the distributors and the theaters. I said, no, it's coming. And I showed them the movie and I said, this will be in the theaters for you. I want you to have that experience. And in the 80s, I was someone that was the first guy, again, in modern cinema to go, let's shoot on 65 millimeter, far and away. I want that big screen experience for an audience. I want it for myself to watch. I want other filmmakers. And also, I want actors I want them to have that opportunity where their movies come out in cinemas, and I want to show them how to do it.
And that comes back to the stunts. Whether he's hanging from the side of a plane, or climbing the side of a building, or pulling off a Halo skydive, Cruise and McQuarrie with him are looking for ways to make the cinema the way to experience these films.
Look, we're finding ways on how to immerse an audience into a movie. My whole training, and when I watch movies, I want to feel connected with that character, and how do we do it? That's why. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy the challenges of it, but it all comes down to story. How do I invest the audience in the story?
In the case of Dead Reckoning Part 1, the big, capital B stunt to get that investment involved a motorcycle jump off a cliff, which then leads into a base jump. Easy peasy, right? But Cruise figured the best plan was to film it on day one of production, just in case he got killed doing it.
Either we're going to continue with the film or we're not. That's no day one. What is going to happen? Do we all continue, or is it a major rewrite?
Of course, that doesn't include all the prep that Cruise and the team did to get the stunt right, and to make sure the actor didn't get killed in the process. This meant Cruise did over 500 skydives and over 13,000 motocross jumps just during rehearsals and while planning the stunt. 500 skydives. And then, when the day came,
Tom Cruise just rode a motorcycle off a cliff 6 times today.
McQuarrie admits that this was the scariest stunt to execute, for this movie anyways, but Dead Reckoning Part 2 isn't done yet either.
In terms of this movie, definitely the motorcycle jump, but we have continued and we've pushed ourselves even further in Part 2, and you'll see it's terrifying.
It all goes back to Tom Cruise's Hollywood oath, doesn't it?
I make movies for audiences. I don't really think about awards either. For me, it's about the audience. It's not about all of that other stuff. When I'm making movies, I'm not thinking about that. I'm literally thinking about that family that are going out to the theater for them to have that experience. That's what's important.
For even more on Dead Reckoning and the Mission Impossible franchise, be sure to like and subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.